channel. So in this video we're going to learn about Java data types. Okay, before we start our data types topic, let's quickly go and create our project. I'll run through how to create project and the structure quickly if you forgot. Okay, if you want you can just skip about 1 minute. Okay, I'll switch to my thing view, screen view. Nice. I was just double checking that. Okay, it's opened up. Right click, new, Java project. Or you could do this method by going to files and doing all of that. I find it a bit annoying because it just doesn't suit me for some reason. You know what I mean, okay. So we need to quickly write a program name, project name. Let's say YouTube Java. Okay. What's happening? Okay, I know what was going on there. For some reason they just said default location and stuff. Okay. Set this nicely. Put 1.8 here, but we downloaded the 11 one, which doesn't matter. Or did we not? Whatever. Okay. This is JRE. We set it to JRE. It will automatically take it. Sometimes it won't. You should just do some configuration thing. And select create separate folders. Okay, over here. Browse. Yeah, why is this acting really new for some reason? Okay, there's already something named like that. Select folder. Okay, let's finish it up. Inside this, you'll create a package. There's already a src source folder created inside it, which will automatically take the package into the src. See, it just did that. Now let's write data type. Okay, because we're learning about data types. Now see that. Now let's create a class. Let's call it int page or something. Or let's just say main. Yeah, main and capital. It's your wish, but it prefer to be capital. Okay, we want public static. It'll ask you, and let's say finish. Nice, it's getting created. See, it got created. Perfect. Okay, so basically, what are integers? I'm not integers, I mean data types, okay? What are data types? They are basically two types of data types, primitive and non-primitive, okay? Okay, sorry. Primitive and non-primitive. Primitive, inside primitive data types, they have Boolean. So Boolean is basically true or false. Then numeric. Inside numeric, you have characters, integers, floating point. Inside characters, we have char. So this is one thing. Data type char. Inside integral, you have byte, short, int, and long. I'll explain about them in 1 second. And floating point, you have float and double. Okay, that's primitive. Let's go to non-primitive. Non-primitive, there's string and arrays. So basically, I'll teach you about arrays in the next lesson. They're a bit complicated. Not complicated, but yeah. So strings we learn in this session. Okay, let's start with string and get finished with it quickly. So how do you write a string? capital S, remember that every time, string, string. String holds a a string of letters. Basically, you can have spaces, you can have numerals in it, but you can't add the numerals because it's not a numeric data type. It's just a string, so you can't do addition, but you can do concatenation. It's basically how you do adding. It's the same format thing, but it doesn't add stuff, but it connects two strings together. I'll show you that right now. Okay, string. Now you want a name for the string. What is your string going to be called? Let's say welcome call. Okay, let's keep this capital. Okay, welcome call. What is it equal to? Welcome call is equal to, in quotation marks, or whatever you put them, quotation marks, okay? Inside them, you can write anything you want. Okay, hi. But remember, don't put this, because you'll think it's a um, separate string, so it'll get really confused. Java compiler, so don't do that. You can put this one thing, not the double one. You can keep the single one. Okay. Hi. Now let's say hello world. Classic. Okay. See, you know why you're getting this warning thing? Because you're not using it. It's not a warning. It's just telling you you didn't use it. It's not called. It's not used. So how do you want the user to see the string? Basically, I'll show you that. SYSL. Okay, that then command space, control space, not command space. If you're on a Mac, it is also control space. Okay, so don't press command space because your toolbar thing will come up. The search thing, spotlight search thing. Okay. Inside that, you just give your string name. Or if you want to print out an integer, byte, short, anything, you can say system.out.println, then this, the name. Not, you don't need to pass a string, you just say the name of it, the variable name, reference variable thing. Control C, or you can write it down if you want to. It really doesn't matter, but this makes it quicker, okay? Now, the error is gone because we're using it. It doesn't really matter at all, just saying. Okay, if you run it, this button, if you run Eclipse, I prefer Eclipse, do Eclipse. In console, you'll see hello world, okay? Let's change this to another W just for some reason, for testing purposes. Save it, Control S to save it, then run it. Then you'll get WW, see? Perfect, nice. Okay, now I want to concatenate two strings. You can concatenate any amount of strings, it's your wish. I'm doing two strings. Just show you, okay? String, I'm gonna do this quickly, okay? Remember the semicolon as well to end the variable. Mostly every command ends with a semicolon except methods and classes. I'll tell you in them. I'll tell you about it in the next videos. Okay, stay tuned then. Bye. Okay. You're welcome then. We're telling bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. Now you can just say plus. Okay, plus. Now you can just give by, B-Y-E. Then it will be concatenated. What do you think we're going to get? We're going to get hello world by without a space. Okay? I'll tell you why we won't get a space. See? Because we won't get a space because we're not giving the end space. It will just concatenate them like a baby. It doesn't know about spaces, grammar, nothing at all, okay? If you put a space over here or here, then then there will be space, okay? Let's change this to a W, it's a bit annoying. We didn't forgot to save it. It doesn't matter, no, it matters if you don't save it, it'll ask you to save it. Then you can select it there, but you can just say Control S, you know. Hello world, bye bye. Okay, nice. We can concatenate the same string to the same string again, it really does not matter. We're doing 3-string concatenation, and there you go. Okay, you can concatenate ints as well, because it won't add anything up, it will just concatenate. It's smart, the compiler. Okay, that string, let's just remove that. Okay, so now let's get into the primitive section. We didn't finish the non-primitive, the array section is going to be in the next class. Okay, so primitive tools. Primitive, not primitive tools, what am I talking about? Okay, primitive, inside primitive there's boolean. Let's talk about boolean first. Boolean's really, really simple. B-O-L-L, B-O-L-E-A-N, okay, boolean. You get this thing, then it means the Java compiler recognizes it. Okay, now let's give the same something. Let's give a name. What shall we give? Detective. That's just short form or something. Okay, detective. Now we can only pass true or false values over here. So true or false, you need to write them in capitals. TRU. No, you write them in small. Remember that, okay? You get this happy thing, purple. Okay, that means you got it. Nice. You can have false as well. True and false are the only things you can have. Remember that, okay? Boolean. Okay. Now you can say, now I'm just giving a random name. False. Then you'd created it. You can print them like normal. DICB. Save it and print it. True. Okay, you got true. You say plus hi. What's happening? See, you can't concatenate both booleans at all. Okay, remember that. Okay, let's just print hi for the sake of it. False, you'll get false. Perfect. Okay, we finished booleans, and remember that. Now we come to the numeric part. Okay, so let's go through the integral stuff first. So we're going to learn about bytes. So what is byte? The size of byte, 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Okay, just remember that. Then the range of this, so you can have these much numbers in between, minus 128 to 127. Okay, remember that. If you go above, then it will do something random and give you some next level minus number, so be sure to do that. People don't use byte in their thing, in the programming. If you want to, you can. It really doesn't matter. To save some space, you'll only save about 1 byte, so don't worry about that. It's your wish. Okay, I'll teach you how to write the same thing. It's the same format, so to write a variable. We're writing variables now. Okay, byte b, for some reason, byte b doesn't matter, 20. Okay, control space. Now let's print out b, okay? Then you get 20, okay? Nice. I'm going to give some value, this big value, okay. Oh my god. Okay, just let it do that. I don't really care because I want to show you an error. If we do this, proceed. Okay, if we do this, you normally get a minus number, but because of this, you're not getting anything like that. See, you're getting an error, but normally, if you use this normal editor thing, you get a minus value. So yeah, okay, that's and if you go minus, then you'll see what you get. Minus, you still get that error because you're going below minus 128. Okay, remember that, don't do this mistake. Now we're going to go to short. So basically byte, short, int and long. Byte has the lowest bit value, short has the second smallest, int is the third shortest, long is the fourth shortest. So long has a really big value. Okay, now short. Okay, so short size is 2 bytes, which equals to 16 bits. 1 byte is equal to 8 bits, remember? Okay, this thing's range is, I'll write in a comment so you can remember it, minus 3,000, not 3,000, 32,767, okay, to 3,000, no, 32,076, then 8, okay. So I guess you found something common to the byte and the thing in the sequence, which is this number is smaller because you get the cycle thing. It's useless explaining it, but yeah, you get a cycle thing, and that's how it works. So let's see how write short is the same thing. SHORT. You know the variables just sounds so weird. S equal to okay. Guess what we're gonna get? We're gonna get actual value. Okay, nice. Now, guess what we're gonna get now? We're gonna get an error because the largest value we can go is 32,768. Okay, let's put minus here. Are we gonna get anything? No, we're gonna get a big error. Yes, error. Okay, now let's go to int, integer, or int. You call it integer, full form is integer. Okay, let's remove this. If you want to note this down, it's good for you. Not good for you, like you remember it when you write it down. That's what I think. And okay, what's the range of this? I can't write the whole value because it's really big. I'll just write a short form thing. Minus 2 to the power of 31. P21, okay, because I can't write 31. 31, okay. Now let's write 2 minus 2, I mean not 2 minus 2, 2 to the power of 31 minus 1, okay? That's the value. If you use a calculator and do it, you get a big number. Let's see. Calculator. Is there a power 2 thing here? to the power, yeah, it's a power of 21, no, 31, what am I doing? 31 to the power of, not square, man. No, this is crazy. No, I just forget about it. You get a value, okay? Let's just write that int. We normally use int in our language, and I forgot to tell you the size. The size is 4 bits, which equals 32 bits. No, 4 bytes, which equals to 32 bits, okay? That's the range. I already told you the range, okay? And let's write it down. Int I is equal to okay, you can get as crazy as this in the number, okay? I guess you can't go higher than that. And let's see. SYS. So this SYS thing is really handy. Sometimes it doesn't work. You need to go into the settings and fix it. If you do get that problem, check my blog out so you can ask me some questions out there in my website. I have a blogs page so you can ask me there, or you can put it in the comments. I'll answer it as quick as I can. Okay. I save it and run it. You get the value perfectly. Now you go a bit above it, which you won't get an error. And you go a bit above it, then you'll get an error. Okay, I'll just show you. Proceed. Okay, see? It's out of range. Nice. Now we are in long. So long size is 8 bytes, which equals to 64 bits. Okay, remember that. Now let's write the range down. So the range is minus 2 to the power of 64. Okay, to the power of 64. 2 to the power of 64. Sorry, 64 minus 1. Okay, remember that. Now, for long, you can get really crazy, but not too crazy. Long. I mean, you can get more crazy than the int, of course. Okay, long. You're right, long L is equal to. Okay, that's a bit too long. Okay, SYS. Long save and run. You're gonna get the value. Nice, you go a bit above it, you'll get an error. Proceed. Error. You don't need this big value, but if you do, there's a parsing method. I'll tell you. Okay, that's the integral values done. Now we're going to go to the floating point numbers. In the floating point numbers, you only have two things, float and double. So basically, float is a bit small, double is big. Not too big, big. Okay, so in floats, you can have decimal numbers. In integral values, you can't have decimal values, okay? If you're doing some fractions and stuff, a program, then use float or double. I prefer using double. It's really your wish. Okay? And there's a really annoying thing for float. I'll show you that quickly. I'll write the ranges down and tell you that in a few seconds. Okay. Its size is 4 bits, basically same as the integer, okay, which equals 32 bits. Remember that. And I'll write it down. What? No, I didn't write it down. Okay, range, sorry about that lag thing. range after dot up to 8 digits. Okay, after decimal up to 8 digits. You can go minus as well. Yeah, I guess you can go minus as well. Yeah, you can go minus values as well. And in doubles, yeah, you can go minus. Okay, in doubles, you can have 8 bits, which is 34. No, 8 bytes, which is 64 bits. And the range is after decimal up to 15 digits. Okay, let's see how you write floats down. T float. Okay, now let's write F for floats. Okay, now okay. Now you need to cast it to a float, which is really crazy annoying. float. You need to do that. Yeah, I don't prefer it. If you do none, you can. F, then you get this value. Then you get this value. You go a bit crazy, you get an error. I showed you like that. With integral, the same thing will happen here. Okay, now let's go to the double values. DOUBLE double D is equal to that's less than 15 digits, of course. Now D, and when you get this, nice. If you go a bit more crazy, I mean too much crazy, then it'll go off. Okay, nice. So we have finished this. Okay, yeah, before we get off, this is how it works. I'll just show you one thing. You can add doubles and floats and get to float. You can add floats and doubles. If it's underneath the thing, then you're fine, good to go. But if it's not, then you get an error, of course. But you can cast it into a double, which is nice, okay? And same with integers. If you add integers and longs and it's below the integer value, you can cast it into integers, then you get the good value. Okay, you might be wondering, what is casting, Haavish? Casting is really simple. You know the float thing when we wrote the brackets and float? That's called casting. Before you write a variable, you do casting. Okay, you can do that with when you're writing objects. I'm going to tell you objects and all that stuff in a few videos, in the upcoming videos, okay? Nice, so let's do that. I'll show you the casting thing. I, and remember, for variables, you can't have like numbers in them. You can write one down, but not the literal one digit, okay? Nice. Let's see what we can do now. So let's just write 10. Let's make it really small for our example. I don't want to get really complicated about this. L is equal to 10. Make normal, okay? Now let's say int il is equal to int, because brackets int, we're gonna say L plus I. Then it's going to be casted into an int. You have no problems at all. You can do the same with long numbers, but if you go like put really big number in the long and in the long, then try to add it and convert it into an int, then you'll of course have problems because long is it has a capacity more than the int. Okay, I'll just save it and run it for you. No, right, SYS. So you can do this casting thing even in the system.out.println method. I'll tell you what's methods afterwards. Just remember this for now, okay? Sorry. Yeah, you're gonna have no problems. See, you have 20. Perfect. Nice. So list for confirmation or something long. Okay. Long. You can even put int here. It will work out, but for int you can't put long because int has less capacity than the long. Okay. Save it and run it. You have 20. No, what am I putting, man? I put L here. Source. Okay. I put I plus I for some reason. I'm sorry. The same thing will happen with int. I'll just write it down. Int. Int. Save and run. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I'm casting it. Oh, you cast it inside as well. Sorry. Yeah, you can cast it inside, like brackets, brackets, then this. Yeah, you don't need this here, I guess, because you're redoing it. Oh, you do. You do. You okay? You do that, okay? You save and you run it. You won't get errors, okay? 20. Nice. Same we can do with longs. Long, long, long. But you can leave int over here, which will turn into an int, then it'll turn into a long, then you can get this value. Nice. See? You can put this long as well, if you really want to. It's totally your wish, okay? Nice, you're getting 20. Perfect. Okay, that's casting. You can do that with bytes and shorts. It's basically the same formula thing. And did I forget anything? Nope. So I guess that's the video. Nice. Bye guys, it's the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Please do like, share, and subscribe.